Vocal fry warm-up. You don't see the waterfall right away. You hear it first. Boom! It appears. Bam! Boom! Waterfall! Waterfall! Waterfall. It gently appears, but quickly. Boom! The waterfall happens. And this is Rainbow Falls. Look at this. That's crazy. This is all trees that came down during the hurricane storms. This is an area in the United States called the Eastern Continental Divide. And the Eastern Continental Divide is where water flow can either go into the Atlantic Ocean or into the Gulf of Mexico, which is now called the Gulf of America. So it has either two options. And we're about to walk up that area where that water splits off into two possible directions. So I guess on Google Maps it is now officially called the Gulf of America, which is interesting because Mexico, the Gulf of Mexico previously, is a part of America, so it makes total sense it's Gulf of America because Mexico and the United States are a part of Greater America. So the naming is fine, but that is a correction I must state because the Alphabet Corporation states that is officiated or made it official that it's called the Gulf of America. And that also includes all of the Americas below Mexico as well. And also north of the United States, which if you don't know is Canada. All right, let's keep walking down this trail here. Very strenuous, 1.6 miles. It is the red trail, not the blue trail, and that's where we're going today. Remember, go red, not blue. Always. Or actually, maybe oscillate in between in the middle somewhere. Take the best of both colors and apply it. But generally, veer red. Welcome to Rainbow Falls. What we will witness today is the most powerful waterfall in the entire state of South Carolina. It is hidden behind miles of trails, steep elevation, and raw wilderness. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a slice of North American wonder. Today, join me as we hike deep into this park to experience one of the most rewarding and physically demanding waterfall treks in all of South Carolina. This waterfall sits between Caesar's Head and Jones Gap State Park. This area is surrounded by thousands of acres of the greenest of forest that Allah, in His good graces, has made. What you might expect today on this journey. We'll be walking alongside the Middle Saluda River. It was the same river that we were fishing on. And during this climb, we will encounter a steep elevation for roughly 3 miles that exceeds over 1,200 feet. It's considered one of the most biologically rich and biodiverse regions of the southeast of the United States. Are you ready? Well, let's go. Ooh, I almost slipped again. Now, along this treacherous, root-infested and rock-infested path, we have many massive boulders and root systems that cut through the trail. I was told earlier by the park ranger. The man turned to me and said, in a quiet, mysterious tone, all right. The hike continues. Large, protruding surface area root systems that emerge from the ground. Something that you find very frequent here in the Appalachian and Blue Ridge Mountains. From behind me here, you can see the outline of the Blue Ridge Mountains jutting out past the trees. Absolutely beautiful. Always remember, if you're walking and hiking and trekking in the woods, bring bug spray. You don't want to be feasted upon. You don't want to be the main course, the main feast, because that's what's happening to me right now as I walk up to this waterfall. Going from shaded areas and rooted areas and ground covered rock areas to the light. We have a difference in shadow here, which adds a really good effect for cinematography, photography, and beyond. Wow. Check it out. Look past that tree clearing. Pretty amazing. Primordial rock. Ooh, lizard. There it is. Slink, skink, sphinx, slink, skinks. Old rotten tree. More stairs. Well, I'm a little dismayed because I'm not sure how far we are from the top, but either way, I brought a friend along with me today. He's an eternal, ethereal being. And his name is Mr.Googly Eyes, because sometimes you don't want to do everything alone in life. You want to, bring people along, bring friends along, or when you're dismayed and you don't want to keep going. And I think my friend has some good advice for me, because I'm really tired. And I don't want to keep walking up this steep waterfall trek. You gotta keep moving. You gotta keep moving. That's my word of advice to you. Whoa. Well, Mr. Googly Eyes. That's right. Mr. Googly Eyes is here to encourage you. You're going to be fine. You're going to make it up the trail, and you're going to enjoy that beautiful waterfall. So you just keep moving. You got it. You got it. You got it. Okay, Mr. Googly Eyes. I think I got it. I think I have it. Yeah, I know. I believe in you. You can do it. All right. See, now I feel energized all of a sudden. And now I want to keep walking up to this waterfall, thanks to my companion, Mr. Googly Eyes. You're a big girl and a big boy. You can make it up here. Yes, you can. Come on. Let's go. Enjoy nature. right where the Eastern Continental Divide is. Well, water's probably in the mid-50s, maybe 60 degrees. Pretty, not too cold, not too warm. Just right in the middle. Up the trail we go. I think Mr. Googly Hands, or Mr. Googly Eyes. Eyes, hands. Mr. Googly. Mr. Googly Eyes. Had some words of wisdom. Had some good words of wisdom for me as far as persevering and getting all the way to the top. Because when you do, look what you get to see. Largest free-falling waterfall in all of South Carolina. Rainbow Falls. Oh. Whew. You can feel the mist and spray from the waterfall. It sprays all over. It hits you at the bottom. It's like a nice little light, gentle mist. Oh yeah, 55, under 60 degree temperature water. Coming from the mountains. Coming from the middle of the Appalachian and Blue Ridge Mountains. Introducing and intersecting into the Eastern Continental Divide, which separates the Atlantic Ocean flow from water flow that goes into the Gulf of Mexico and the Gulf of America. Good source of potassium. Dates. You can find them in the Middle East and in Turkey and in California, but mostly Turkey and the Middle East. Even though California does produce a lot of agriculture, but I don't know if they outproduce the Middle East or Turkey when it comes to dates. I have no idea. But my guess is the Middle East produces more dates. I could be wrong. This is why the internet is so great. You can look it up. Oh, in fact, let's do that. Let's look it up on ChatGPT. Let's find out which country in the world produces the most dates. And I'll put that information right here, right next to this date. This is the country that produces the most dates in the world. And I'm not talking about Tinder. Look at the waterfall. Not my bald spot. Oh, oh Banana Joe. Starring Carlo Petersoli in Banana Joe, aka also known as Bud Spencer. Olympian swimmer, swam for Italian Olympics. King of the spaghetti western. Made Clint Eastwood look like a kindergartner. Italian spaghetti western. Great genre of film. Amazing genre of film. Wow. I look like Gonzo from the Muppet Babies, but instead I'm showing you my middle finger. Wow! I love it. This waterfall, known as Rainbow Falls, it's a 120-foot waterfall. As far as meters is concerned, I'll put the meters up here, so you know now. It plunges straight down a massive granite cliff. The rock behind this waterfall is ancient, metamorphic rock. Now at the base of the waterfall is where the water hits the rock ledge, and this creates a unique cascade. And when the light hits these cascades just right, we can actually see a rainbow forming in the spray and the mist. And that's how this waterfall got its name. Now these plants can be seen throughout the southeast of the United States in the deciduous forests. Half deciduous, half coniferous at times, but mostly deciduous forests. I'll have the name of them right here, so we know what these are. You can see them all over. I mean, in photographs from 100, 200 years ago, from recent photographs, I mean, this plant is very common. It has a beautiful, distinct pattern. This wildlife area was preserved in the late 20th century through conservation efforts, and in the 1970s it became a state park. Today, thousands upon thousands of outdoor enthusiasts like myself visit the park to witness the waterfall and its total splendor. Check it out. Mountain Anole. See its bottle? Almost like a lizard, like the lizards of Paris Mountain. Let's see what he does when he runs off. There he goes. Green to match the foliage. The feel of nature. Feels good. This rock is millions and millions of years older than myself. And when I hang out next to it, with it, put my face against it to cool off in the hot sun, I get a huge sense of that, of the fact of how old. I get a huge sense of how old and ancient this rock is, how primordial. And honestly, if you hang out with nature long enough, you hang out long enough with a rock like this, it actually will calm you down. You'll get an increase in serotonin and dopamine. You get an increase in serotonin and dopamine. And you'll have more cortisol as well, which helps regulate stress. I recommend, if you ever get a chance, hang out, touch a rock. Hang out and put your head against a rock for a little bit and do some breathing exercises. It'll really help. It'll help the stress. And you'll feel a lot better. You'll feel a lot better. Thank you for joining me today in God's country. Now remember, there are multiple God's countries in the world. But I'm almost certainly positive that this has to be one of them. Now, whether I'm right or wrong or just Willie Dong, I wanted to thank you for being here with me today on this trek to Rainbow Falls. Ooh, 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 ooh. Wow. Look at that stump. Look at that derooted stump behind me. I was very glad and honored to take you along with me. It was a hike and a half. Whew. And as for myself, well, I'll see you soon. Goodbye.